Hey everybody, I'm Amy from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your Dumbbell Back to Basics Challenge workout. In this workout, we are using a set of dumbbells to work your entire body for strength and cardio, and we're keeping it back to basics. We will have a lower, an upper, and a core, 3 rounds decreasing in time, and of course, I'll give you lots of options to work to your fitness level. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's start just by getting our muscles warm. We're gonna get a quick dynamic warm up. Just getting the blood flowing, muscles warm, energy up, body ready to move. And then we will jump right in. So if you need more of a warm up, maybe you need a little more activation, a little bit more mobility, please get it on your own. Roll those shoulders even a little bit bigger to the back, right through there. And then to the front, really focusing on getting that space, and then let's open them up nice and wide right through here. Let's add a little weight shift into that side lunge to that. So this is back to basics dumbbell. If you've worked out with me before, you know I use that term a lot, and that is just when we're taking our very traditional moves and keeping it back to basics. So often we start with that and then we add some intensity. And while we will do a little bit of that today, we'll give you a different variation on something, we are going to keep it back to basics. Let's reach up to that Y and then hinge. It's a hinge, drive those hips back, it's not a squat. So the idea being that instead of a lot of compound moves where we do something together like a squat and a press or something like that, we're keeping it back to basics. We will decrease in our time. Let's go ahead and take it right here, flat back down and round up. So we will start round 1. We'll have a lower body and upper body and then a core. Back to basics, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Round 2, we'll do the same thing, maybe a little variation. And you will have 30 seconds, hold it here, roll those shoulders. 30 seconds of work followed by 15 seconds of rest. And then when we get to that third round, it's our lightning round, 20 seconds followed by 10 seconds of rest. Walk those feet in right through here. Let's tap it back, open up those hips, reach those arms. So that's what we're looking at, 40, 30, and 20. So we decrease in time. And then I will give you a few little variations if you want to take things a little different. Otherwise, keep it simple with whatever we do in that first round. Let's lunge it down this time. If that feels good for you, you can keep it a little higher. Create that space, open up the hips, hinge forward. If you can, take that hand down, reach that arm up. Let's reach through as we drop that knee. So right through here, yes, team. And all the way up. And then let's step it back up and switch to that other side. So you're gonna take it here, open up those hips. You can keep it here if you need to, or drop it all the way down, reach it up. As always, if you've been here before, you know that I like to say, be where you are today. So this is your workout. I don't want you to feel like you have to keep up with me or anybody else. You do you. Hands down, and if you can, walk it back to that high plank or to your knees. Hang out there, feel that core turn on, a little forward and back. You can even drop the hips just a bit to open up that movement through the torso. And if you want, you can press up to that down dog, get a little pedal of the feet, whatever feels good for you from that position to get that mobility, a few of those. And then we're gonna walk our hands back or walk your feet in, whatever feels better, and slowly make your way up to your feet. All right, team, let's tap it out and reach. All right, so be where you are today. Be where you are today. That's where you are in your fitness journey, because we're all on different journeys, and what you're feeling today, right? So you do you. As always, I will give you options. Even though our first one is back to basics, you still may need a different option or modification. Take it if you need to. The most important thing is that you showed up today. These are traditional exercises that have been around forever, and the reason they've been around forever is because they work. All right, team, so let's go ahead and grab 1 or 2 heavy dumbbells. So I'm gonna grab one, it's a squat. So I'm gonna do a goblet squat, holding the weight right here. We're gonna sit low in that squat, we're gonna drive it up. If you wanna sit on a chair, you can. If you need to modify, you can just tap it out and not get as low. Let's zip up that core. Here we go, 40 seconds. Bring it up. So in this first round, that's where I'll have a little bit more time on our rest, or 20 seconds, to talk you through that next move. Then we get a little quicker. You already know what to do. Even if I give you a variation, it will be the same movement pattern. Dropping those hips, zipping up the core. Again, if you need to modify, you can always just not go down as low or step out and in. Sometimes that helps you get those legs working in the same way, but maybe it's a little easier on your joints. 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna grab another heavy dumbbell and we're taking it to a bent over row. So you're gonna roll those shoulders back. We're in a hinge pattern. So you're here, weights in front. We're gonna pull those weights towards your hips or towards your rib cage. If you need to stagger here, this might feel better. Either way, shoulders back, core zipped. 3, 2, 1. Weights come up. You can also just do one at a time if that feels better for you. But we're working our back, so I really want you to think about keeping those shoulders pulled down so you're not getting nice and tight up in your shoulders or your neck. You're really pulling towards the hip bones, pulling those elbows in, pulling those shoulder blades in so we get the back, right? Our favorite upper body pull muscle, or my favorite, really the best way with dumbbells to work those big posture muscles down your spine. We're here. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Gently set those weights down. Join me on the mat. Now, if the mat is not right for you, you can do a higher incline plank on the wall, on a chair, or you can be on your knees here or here. What we're gonna do is we're just holding a plank. I'm gonna take you through it as we go. So zip up that core, lift up and hold. So wherever you're holding, whether you're holding here, or you're on your knees, or you're on the wall, I want you to think about pulling those shoulders back and down, gentle tuck of the pelvis to zip up the core, really tighten out those legs, those glutes. Everything is lifted towards the center, not here, but up. Again, think zipping up the core, closing the ribs, hip bones coming together, in theory, to activate the muscle, and then keeping it nice and tight. Don't worry, we're gonna add some movement as we go. I actually prefer a moving plank over a static, but just keeping it back to basics for 3, 2, 1. Up onto your feet. We are back to the top, so we're back to that squat. This time, if you wanna take those toes out for 30 seconds to get a little lower, if you wanna add 2 dumbbells, you have the option, but otherwise, it's still just your regular squat. In 3, roll those shoulders back, 2, and 1. Here we go. So you can have weights here if you're doing the plie squat, the toes out, the sumo squat like me. You can have one weight in the center, either down below or at your chest, or you can even rack those weights up on your shoulders. Remember, this round is a little quicker. 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. All right. Breathing through. 3, 2, 1. Back to that bent over row. So you can keep exactly what we just did. If you want a little variation, you can turn them here, then turn them in. Super slight, but it's a little variation. If you want to add it, hinge it in 3, 2, 1. Squeeze. So your motion is still the same, but when we add a little rotation, what that does is it activates different parts of the muscle, but more than that, it gets some mobility work through our shoulders, through our elbows, through our wrist, which we love sneaky mobility, right? Can't have strength without mobility. Pull those elbows in towards your hip, keeping that chest low, keeping that back flat. 3, 2, 1. Already back to our plank. All right, team, this time we're gonna do a little knee tap. So join me down on the mat. We're here, and if you've got your knees down here, you can just tap here to here. If you can, we're gonna tap down here to here. In 3, zip up that core. 2, 30 seconds. Here we go. So finding that good, strong plank, everything that we just talked about, and then you can tap your knees together or alternating. Up to you. And again, if instead of tapping them from the top down, you want to tap them from the bottom up, one at a time, maybe that's a better option for you. Up to you. 30 seconds, strong core, and then we're back to the top for our lightning round. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up onto your feet, team. Take your time. This is it, 20 seconds of that squat. You can do a regular squat, you can do a plie squat, you can add a little pause at the bottom, that's what I'm gonna do. But back to basics, let's get it done. Squat it in 3, 2, 20 seconds. You can just do that regular squat last time through, or if you wanna add a pause with me and drive it up. Pause and drive it up. Halfway there, 10 seconds to go. So what you're gonna love about this format is we get through these circuits pretty quickly. Last one, and relax. Last time with your row, you pick palms in the whole time or little rotation. Up to you, 3, 2, 1. I'm doing that rotation, but you don't have to. Just keeping the back flat, keeping the core tight. Yes, you can. Shoulder blades really pull from the back. I know as that heart rate's up, as we're moving quickly through these circuits. Last one, and relax. This time, your pick. With that plank, you can hold it, you can drop the knees, you can add a little hip tilt with it, but it's your last plank. Then we're on to circuit 2, but we get a quick sip of water in between. On your elbows down here, on your knees if you need to, or on the wall. Let's zip it up. 3, 2, plank for 20. Not holding your breath. You can tap the knees if you want, or you can add a little hip dip with that knee tap so we get a little bit of rotation. So hopefully you're noticing, hopefully you're not like, I thought I was back to basics, Amy. It is. We're adding variations on the same exercise. We're not making them more compound, adding upper and lower together. Relax, stretch it back like we sometimes do. It's more, here's a different version of our plank or our squat. Bring it up, let's grab some water. You guys, back to basics, but we're still keeping that heart rate up. Cheers, y'all, grab some water. Because the way that we're increasing our intensity for our cardiovascular health here is those short rest periods, right? That keeps it moving. And if you're lifting heavy, which I hope you are, that's gonna keep your heart pumping. Back to basics does not mean low intensity or low heart rate. It means that we're keeping our moves more in that traditional basic. All right, speaking of, we're taking it again to that. We're gonna start with our lunge. Now your lunge can be a stationary lunge, right here. It can be a reverse lunge. It can be a forward lunge. I'm gonna give you some options as we go, but 2 heavy dumbbells if you got it. Let's take it to that lunge in 3, 2, 1. Right leg forward. I'm gonna reverse into it. It's probably my favorite lunge because I think it helps us keep that good form, but certainly you have options. If you feel better with a stationary lunge or a split squat, that's good too, or a forward lunge. Or if you can't get as low, that doesn't feel good for you, take it back with the tap back, right here. Keeping the shoulders back, core zipped, right here. Yes, you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need a break from the weights, set them down carefully, bend your knees to do it, right? We're not pulling from the back. And we got same thing other side. So again, reverse lunge, tap back, stationary, up to you. Let's take it. Shoulders back, core engaged, you're stepping back, hip distance apart. Let's do it. And here. Trying to get as low as you can. You notice, for me, sometimes it's helpful to try to get that knee to the floor or close to it. I know as we get tired, it probably won't go as low, but I'm gonna aim for it now especially to really get that range of motion in my body. Again, if that's not right for you, tap it back or go as low as is comfortable for you. Right here. Yes, team. 10 seconds, then guess what? We're going to the mat. You got 2 exercises, your right and your left lunge. Last one. Set them down. 2 that are more high heart rate. Let's take it down to our regular bench press or chest press. So remember, we're gonna bring those elbows in here, press it up and in. If that's not right for you, do a standing overhead press. Meet me on the mat. We're gonna zip up that core. We're here. Tuck that pelvis right through here. Remember, those elbows are not straight out and not straight in. Split the difference. Core engaged. Press up and in. Here we go. Up and in. and bring it down. Up and down. Right here. Boom. Yes. Oh. 10 seconds to go. Press strong. Core engaged. All the way through. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Team, you can stay right here. If you need to take this to a standing dead bug, you can. Otherwise, watch me here. Your dead bug is here, opposite arm, opposite leg. Now, if you need to tap it down here or just do a little leg slide, if you're pre or early post, that works too. Bring it here. Here we go. Dead bug. Now, what do we love about the dead bug is that we're not flexing or extending at the spine. So it's a great way to get that core stability work, right? Of course, we may add some few things on as we go, but for now, super basic. If you feel like you're arching your back, I want you to bring those hips towards the ribs, button up that core. Woo! Opposite arm, opposite leg. I like to say closing the core. Yes. Really think that you're pulling from the entire core as a unit. 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees in. Up onto your feet, team. We'll come back to that, but now we're going to that lunge. You can keep exactly what you're doing, but if you want to add a little hinge as you go down, as in you're bringing your chest a little bit forward, that's an option. We just activate a little bit more of those hamstrings and those glutes. Otherwise, just keep your regular lunge. We got right and left for 30 seconds, and then we're back down to the mat. So 3, 2, 1, lunge. So notice the difference. It's super slight, but all I'm doing is I'm keeping my shoulders pulled back. We call that shoulders packed. And I'm actually letting my chest lean forward a little bit more. So it's still a lunge. It's not a hinge, right? But we're getting, you can probably feel that, a little more activation through the back of the leg. We got a deadlift coming in this workout too, so don't worry. 3, 2, 1, relax. Catch your breath. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Let's keep that heart rate up, because remember, then we're going to the mat. Shoulders back. In 3, in 2, 1. Let's do it. 30 seconds only. So lunge, you can just do a regular lunge like that. You can hinge forward just a bit. It's slight, but we're gonna add a little bit more glutes and hammies. Yes, team. Trying to keep it heavy. Back to basics. Balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, team. Meet me on the mat. We're back to that chest press, just like we did with the row. If you want to add a little turn in, a little rotation to get some mobility through the shoulders, elbows, and wrist. Otherwise, it's your regular press. Join me here, get that core engaged. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. So the slight change I'm making is as my dumbbells come up, I'm turning them in, palms towards each other. Nice and strong. Breathe. Right here. Yes. Up and down. Boom. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax it down, stretch. All right, team, so we're gonna take it with that dead bug. If you wanna add something on, dead bug, little push. So remember, your hands are gonna push into the legs are gonna push into the hands. Let's do it. 3, 2, push. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Internal resistance. You can, if you want, lift your shoulders a bit, but you don't have to. It's very intentional. I don't want your dead bug to be just arms and legs, right? And breathe. Take it here. Zip it up. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, hug those knees in. All right, team, one last time, lightning round. This time you can do either lunge, whatever works for you, regular, or add that little hinge towards the center. We got 20 seconds right, 20 seconds left. It's gonna go fast, but let's get it done. So zip up that core, lightning round, lower body in 3, 2, you know what to do. That rhymed, you guys. Should start using that. So it's only 20. That does not mean that you have to go faster. I know, I can feel that in my body when I say lightning round. I feel like, oh, if I go faster, maybe it'll be over quicker. It's 20 seconds on the clock either way. Last one. Shake it out. Get set. Same thing, other side, whatever you got. Last time lunge. From here, 3, 2, 1. Hand up. Hand up. Whoo! Burn. Yes. Legs. Ha. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Down on your back. This way, team, you can do whichever chest press you want. You can even bring those elbows in close if you want to get some tries. But let's do it. 20 seconds to go. Let's finish strong right through here. Get in position, core engaged. 20, here we go. So I'm turning them in at the top, but of course, if you want a little challenge, elbows in, straight up, straight down. Ooh, tries. You don't have to do that. You can keep doing what you're doing. 3, 2, 1. Finish it out. All right, team, dead bug, whichever way you want it. If you want to do that little internal push to get that extra, you can. Otherwise, regular dead bug. Here we go. And reach. Reach. Really think about the mobility, but I want you to think about the core doing the work, right? Core is initiating the motion and leading the charge as you move through. Last one. Yes. And relax. Up onto your feet, everybody. We got one more circuit, but let's grab some water first. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it. Back to basics does not mean easy. Cheers, y'all. One more round. This one is a little bit longer because we're trying to get a few things in. So, still back to basics, but hang with me. Here we go, team. So we're starting, we have a lower and upper. We have a lower and upper, and then we got some core. Just because we're trying to get it all in, I didn't want you to have 5 or 4 circuits, but here's what we got. We got our deadlift to start. So heavy dumbbells, it's a hinge, drive those hips to the back. Then we're gonna do a shoulder press into triceps. You of course will have options, but let's start with that deadlift right through here. Heavy weights, you're gonna hinge down the front, you're gonna stand up straight. Join me, here we go. 40 seconds. You can go heavy on this. These muscles are strong. Drive your hips to the back, stand up. Drive your hips to the back, stand up straight. Connect. Down, hand up. Woo. Keeping the shoulders pulled back, keeping the weights close to the front of your body. Remember, we call that painting your legs with the weights. Squeeze in those armpits, especially as you come up to the top. Squeeze, that's gonna help you activate down through the lats, all the way from your back to your glutes, to your hamstrings. And squeeze. Last one. Yes, team, I'm gonna set my heavies down right here. I'm gonna grab something a little lighter. You can either just do the shoulder press or just do the triceps or put them together. I know, it's back to basics, but here we are. We're gonna go up and in, behind the head, here to here, or keep them close together. If you can, we're gonna take them here. Here we go. Up, turn in, behind the head, take it down. Up, behind the head, and here. I know that may feel a little weird, so if you wanna just do one or the other, you can, or if it feels better, so we're gonna do our second round, you can keep them in close. Otherwise, try from here, turn them in. Another option, of course, is just one dumbbell. Up, and down. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, team, so now we're gonna take it to a side lunge, but we're gonna take it alternating, right? So we're here, side lunge, step through. Side lunge, step through. Grab those heavy weights if you can. I know this is a longer circuit, but guess what? We only have 2 rounds. Here we go. Side, step through. Take it out. We're just going 40, then 30 for this last round. Drive those hips to the back. Remember with our side lunge, we're shifting your weight to that outside hip, and then it really is a cross between a squat and a hinge, right? We have to come forward just a bit. Hips go back. Right here to here. 10 seconds. I know. Breathe. We got 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bend your knees to set those down. I know this should all be called a lightning round. Regular bicep curls, up and in, down and out. All right, keep it standing. Bend your knees if you need to alternate. If that's better for you, you can. Let's do it. Here we go. Of course, you can stand, feet parallel, shoulders back. I know. But sometimes it helps me, especially if I'm at this point in the workout, I'm feeling a little tired, to put one foot back. I'm still gonna stack my rib cage right over my hip bones. Trying to keep them here. A little stagger to keep from arching in that back, right? Here. I know. Really gonna burn out those arms and legs. Hopefully core 2 as we keep it moving. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, team, meet me on the mat. We're doing a rotational plank. If you need to do this on your knees, you're gonna go here, side plank, to here. Otherwise, we're here. We're gonna rotate and back to center. You do you. Zip up the core. 3, 2, 1. Back to here. Rotate it up. And here. For some people, it's better on the knees. You can also find a middle ground where maybe you're good in the plank here, but when you turn to the side, you wanna be on the knees. Then back to here, turn to the side. I know some of you have told me that that's a better option for you. Making sure that those shoulders are right above the elbows and the wrist. As we get tired, sometimes we slide back. So really strong core stability, and then rotational movement to activate those obliques. Last one, relax. All right, one more time through with each of those. We got our deadlift, our press and tries, our side lunge, our bicep curls, and our plank. That is it, team. Here we go, heavy weights, deadlift, nothing fancy. Let's keep it back to basics. 30 seconds is all we need. Shoulders back. 3, 2, 1. Stand up. And squeeze. Shut the car door with your booty. So that way you're not just bending forward, you're actually hinging. We got some hinge, that second circuit with that lunge and hinge. We got a little extra, that's why we're just getting 2 rounds of this. Don't worry, we still got that hinge pattern enough. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bend your knees, set them down. Press and tries. This time I'm gonna keep them in here, up here. 1 dumbbell or 2. Join me here for 30 seconds. Core engaged. 3, 2, 1. Press, tries, and here, up. I like to keep mine together because it helps me at the top. But if you want to come here, that works too. Right here. I can tell I'm getting tired, so I'm really gonna focus on my core right through here. Boom. 3, 2, 1. Yes, team. We are back to our side lunge. Here's what I want you to do. Let's keep it stationary, as in we're only moving side to side. Instead of moving into it, let's get it as more of a weight shift for that burn. In 3, 2, 1. Right here. Shift your weight. You're still shifting your weight. You don't have to get super low. You're still driving your hips to the back. But instead of stepping out of it, this really helps you to push from that hip, right? Yes, you can. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down gently, team. 2 more exercises. This is it. Bicep curl. You can keep it hammered this time if you want. We got 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Right here, strong arms. Finish it out. It's only 30, so go heavy and breathe. Right here. 10 seconds to go. If they start to feel too heavy, you can always alternate. I know I'm feeling it too. I told you, back to basics does not mean easy. Last one. Boom. Plank rotation, knees or toes, whatever you got for this last 30 seconds. This is it, team. Zip up that core. Strong high plank. Find it here with me. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Last 20. Right here. Up and down. Yes! Big stretch to the side. Can we get one more each side? Whatever you got, team. And here. Relax, stretch it back. How was that, team? Reach those hands forward. Sit back into that child's pose. If you're from a standing position, just stretch back or fold over. We can even take one arm under and get a little stretch through here if that feels good for you, right? Whew. Right, simple in concept. Back to basics. Again, the reason that these exercises, squats, lunges, upper push, upper pull, the reason they've been around so long is because they work, they are effective, they are the movement patterns that we need for daily life. Go ahead and roll through. Of course, I know you're not always doing things the way we train for them, but we train for them so we can do our activities of daily living much easier, right? We can have better mobility overall. Rolling through. Roll back onto your feet. I want to hear from you. Do you like back to basics? I know a lot of you have told me over the years that you prefer them or that you like when we can start with that and then you gradually add on. And maybe sometimes it's adding on like we did today where we just give you a different variation, slowly roll it up. Take one arm, stretch it over. And maybe it's when we add on, like we add a press to that squat or we add a curl to that lunge, something like that, but giving you a starting point and then we intensify from there. That's a lot of what I do with a lot of my workouts here. And we have a lot that are just back to basics and a lot that are mixed bags, right? We have some longer muscle endurance sets. We have some timed intervals, some pyramids, some Tabatas. Throughout this channel, if you are new here, take a look around because I have so many different workouts, so many different formats. Please let me know in the comments how you felt with this workout. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps me keep making these workouts for you. So subscribe, leave me a comment, leave me a like, and of course, check out all the links in the description below. Join us on the BodyFit by Amy app and in the BodyFit Athletic Club. That's where you get all the extras and I get to know you so much better. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's get one big deep breath in and out. You did it. That was your dumbbell back to basics challenge workout. Great job, everybody.